Hello, greetings, and you're on to Augustine, and I'm reaching out to you from Nigeria, and I'm one of the many voices within our Kringle Private Society. And thank God today is 7th of September 2021. We are quick getting to the end of this year. Before you know it, we get to 14th, 21, 28, and then 30th you know. But between now and the end of this month, there is a whole lot that is going to happen. If you're tuning into my broadcast for the first time, I would appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet given me a thumbs up. Now, permit me to digress a bit. If we are building a community based on the principle of love and respect, and you think you enjoy watching most of my videos, I'm happy about that. But you should also give me some kudos, and your way of responding by giving me kudos is a thumbs up. Now, if everybody who watches my video gives a thumbs up, it actually shows social proof that we are building in love and respect. I think those who are broadcasters in our Kringle Private Society should be loved, respected, because they actually give information that will keep you running in the community. I think they take time to read, understand how the system is, find one or two information, and then broadcast it. As many who will choose to watch and listen will be the better off. All right, that said, the title of my broadcast today is An Economic Developer is a Career Path. That's a wonderful title. An economic developer is a career path. Now, let's look at it. What is the Kringle community achieving or planning to achieve? It's simple. We are building an economy of 1 billion members, out of which 1 million of them will be billionaires and 1 billion of them will be millionaires. We can actually liken it to going to your school. You went through primary school and then you went through secondary school, you went to your university. Some of you went in for masters, some of you went in for PhD. And then over time, you continued evolving and then getting more educated. You are being schooled on the system of the elites, not on the system of abundance. In the Kringle Private Society, it's also a school. It's called the School of Abundance. That's what we are. The Kringle Private Society is a school of abundance. And school of abundance means you are going to unlearn what you've already learned, and then you will relearn. You will unlearn, you will learn new things, and then you would relearn, meaning that you perfect in what you have already known in the system. Now, I am going to take my time today to explain as much as I can on that part called career. Some people are doctors, some are medical doctors, some are gynecologists. There are different branches of medical science where some people are engineers, like myself. I'm an engineer, and there are consulting engineers, there are contracting engineers. I'm fortunate to fall in the area of consulting engineers, not contracting. However, consultants can also go about contracting and then do projects, supervise projects, and do it excellently well. Why? Because they already understand the science of the construction. By the consulting, they are able to start from scratch and build up. So if you're able to build from the scratch up, then that means you can also supervise, like an artist. An artist can actually imagine things and then put it into drawings. So there are different areas of life, and these areas of life are your career. Some people are civil servants. They start from a very low level and they build into becoming sometimes the director, sometimes the director general of a parastatal, as the case may be. But over time, they gain experience. Over time, they gain knowledge. Over time, they gain skill. Over time, they gain expertise. And at some point, they become masters in their act. The Kringle Private Society is exactly the same thing. If you are in the Kringle Private Society and you call yourself an economic developer, it is not words of mouth. You must show by practice that you are an economic developer. What does it mean to be an economic developer? Let me show you what it means. I will share my screen now, and then the main content of the meeting begins. Remember, if you're tuning into my broadcast, do well to like, share, subscribe, as the case may be. Click on the notification bell too, so that anytime I'm live, you get these notifications. All right. I think I need to drink water, but I can hold on till the end of the meeting. Then I'll take water. Don't mind me. It's just a kind of sour throat. All right, so let me reference the meeting we had yesterday. Now, for emphasis sake, this meeting has already been aired by our ambassador, Bederick. So do well to return to your Kringle cache under meetings. Now you will see weekly meetings. In fact, let me make it practical. Now, when you scroll down, under meetings. Now you see what you call weekly meetings under English. If you want to know about it, there is already a recorded version to watch it so that you can understand. And then put in your keyword. If you're an active member, you get your reward. I'm not actually here to talk about the meeting. I'm actually here to talk about just something that is very, very unique, which is also in line with my title, which is economic developer. Now, this is the words of the administration. I'm going to elaborate on it. Now, listen as I build. Your title in the TBC, your title in TBC is economic developer. And you all know things like developing a TBC economy and building out United for Food Subsidy Centers are emerging. Okay, and building out United for Food Subsidy Centers are emerging and will take time to build and make them fully functional. So, what's this actually saying? It's actually telling you that as an economic developer, there are different things that you are supposed to be doing. And I'm going to actually talk about it. But the bottom line of what you are doing is to make sure that you bring in members to the community to help to build this community into full actualization. Either they participate as a billionaire or they participate as a millionaire. There is also a career path in the Kringle Private Society, which we are also familiar with. The first version of it is called the starter package. And then you can start from there and then get mastery of the system, learn from the system. Now, who are your teachers? Who are your lecturers? Who are your superiors? Who are your supervisors in the system? Your supervisors are your first and number one supervisor is your upline. Your first and your number one supervisor is your upline. Now, if your upline is not eloquent or is not very, very diligent in teaching you, there are also other alternatives. The second and alternative, or the second most reliable, is the back office, the Kringle Cash back office. Let me quickly show you where it is. Now, when you come into the Kringle Cash back office, you come down, you will see this particular place. Under this place, upcoming training. This is your second trainers. These people will give you what you call first-hand information about what the Kringle Private Society is. And if you are a new member in the community, you must make sure you follow this path. If you are going to gain anything reasonable in the community, you have to follow this path. In our Kringle Private Society, you first of all learn. You have to learn. And then when you learn, you do. You have to learn and you do. As a school, we are going to be an alternative to the current existing system, not only in schooling. We will also have our own medical system that is breeding upon the principle of abundance. We are also going to have our engineering system that is breeding on the principle of abundance. For instance, in our medical field, you are going to see people that are building to find cures for diseases that the elites are taking advantage of humanity of by giving them retroviral drugs so that they will keep coming back to them so that they can stay alive. To be very honest, those things they give them is what is actually going to kill them. So we are going to have a system that is going to find cures to diseases, and we will surely find those cures. Why? Because we are the ones that control the finance. We are not seeking the help of an external body to sponsor. They've been doing it in previous times. When people find cures, they kill off those ideas. And then those people are gone off. I mean, they go off. So they don't put it to the public. They don't want to commercialize the cures. So we will have our own medical field that will find cures to cancer, find cures to hepatitis B, cures to HIV, and all that. And humanity will see it and embrace it. These things are actually things that are there. They are all there. It's not hidden. But the truth is that the elites decide to hide it from us. We're also going to have a medical field that will also help to get cures or find solutions to anti-aging. I think anti-aging. Now, it will help you so that if you're growing old, it can reduce your age and you look much younger. Now, there are so many other things that the medical field will find out. Maybe arthritis, maybe hepatitis, maybe high blood pressure, and all that. You see, if you look back at the early days, you'll find out that people that, for instance, Abraham, most of us know who Abraham is. Now, he was at 90 years and he was able to, move around without stress. Now, those things are things that happened before. Some people say it can't happen again. Well, it can. Now, as we build, we're also going to put an end to so many systems. For instance, there are some things that you take on a regular basis. You drink it and you say you want to stay alive. Those things also will kill you. And then as we build in the medical field, you will find out that those things are not healthy for you. But then it's your choice to align to it with it, or to say no to those things. Now, moving into the engineering side, we are also going to have people that will create flying cars. We're also going to have people that will create three-in-one. That's the idea that Bederi has, where you can have a car that will move on road, and then you have a car or a boat. The same thing can change to a boat and then move. You can also have the same thing that can fly. Now, that is the engineering side. Now, these are informations that are out there. It is technology that is out there, but they have hidden it from humanity so that we cannot expand and get to the earth. TBC will help in facilitating the word of God that said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it. But you see, before we get to that particular destination, we must begin with what? Getting 1 billion active members. 1 billion active members are going to be the beginning of our explosion. Now, as we build into 1 billion active members, we're also going to have food subsidy centers. We're also going to have exchanges, private exchanges. All these things are targeted towards helping us to get to our destination. As soon as we get there, we will have a medical system. We will have an engineering system. We will have a law system. There is going to be a law system. We are going to have an administrative system that is different from economics. Some people say that economics is a system that built on scarce resources. Economics was designed by the elites and then was put there so that people would think that the world is built on scarcity. Everything you knew is a lie. Let me repeat myself. Everything they told you is a lie. TPC community is going to tell you that there is something that is natural. And the problem that we will have with humanity is that most people have been brainwashed to believe that scarcity should be a way of life. But TPC community is telling you that that's a lie. But the problem is humanity chooses to hold on to that which is a lie. Now, light has come, and that men are working with darkness. It's going to be very bad to appear before your creator. And your creator tells you, follow the path of life, because TPC is actually life. TPC is telling you the truth, and it is only the truth that can make you free. But it will be unfortunate that people listen to these things, and the price to pay is a very small thing compared to what you stand to gain. And people go out there and complain, and they're murmur. Well, I just want you to understand that we are building a career path, and that career path is going to change the whole dynamics of reality. There are coins or systems in the coin market cap that are doing well. I can tell you, so many of us in the TBC community are complaining because when you look at the coin market cap, it is actually driven by short term, not long term. Most times when you put in a certain amount of money, within a very short time, you start making returns. Those systems are working side by side with the existing debt-based and scarcity-oriented world. We are building a system that is going to change the reality. That is abundance. So we are not just going to build money and build an alternative financial system. We are also going to build a world that will change what you are seeing now. So that's one problem people are getting. People say we've been putting money, we're not getting. Get the right thing. We are not actually building to make profits, because the system that TBC is going to achieve is not a profit-making venture. Our system is not profit-oriented. Our system is not profit-oriented. Our system is building not to make gains. Our system is to help to restore humanity to how it ought to be. When we get the difference between what we are doing and what the elites are doing, then you understand that TBC is a cause to stand with or a cause to stand for. So TPC is not building, the billionaires are not people that are trying to make money, because for them to have gone through the process of building into standing as a billionaire, either as a core team, mass adoption team, or as the case may be, I think that is all. The person has succeeded in achieving what he wants in life. Now, whatever thing that will come as returns, because people would need Kringle coins, to attend to 1,001 activities. He will exchange Kringle coins for what? His client, in this case, his client's medium of exchange. For instance, Bitcoin. The person will give him Kringle coins and will get Bitcoin in return. The person will give him Kringle coins and will get maybe Naira or pesos or dollars, as the case may be, depending on your location. So you should understand that you are building a career path. And once you have come to the apex, your apex is when we have built into 1 billion. There is also a possibility that as you are building now as a billionaire, you may lose your status as a billionaire. It's also very possible. You are going to start seeing it happen this very year we are living. This very year, you are going to see people lose their career positions as billionaires. Some people will lose as millionaires. However, some people will start from the scratch and build into being a billionaire. It's called a career path. And as a career path, you are expected to gain patience, gain discipline, gain long suffering, gain intelligence, gain experience. If you don't have these things, then why are you calling yourself a billionaire? Your billionaire is not by your paying your subscription fee. Let me tell you what your subscription fees are. Your subscription fee is an evaluation yardstick. Let me say it again. Your subscription fee is an evaluation yardstick because you see what you have in your wallet. What you have in your wallet is outrageous. It's too much. If your heart tells you this is not enough, then that's good. You're on the right path. But if your heart tells you, how can I have this amount? This is too much. Even Bill Gates can't have as much as this. Then that means you are on the wrong path. You need to readdress your mind and then get your mind corrected to the right status quo. Now, that subscription fee you are paying is what you call an evaluation check. Now, if you pay on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis, it actually says that I think for this year or for this month, I think this particular money I am seeing in my wallet, I want it. Now, the following month, you evaluate yourself. The following month, you evaluate yourself. There are different ways of carrying out evaluation. Number one, making the payment yourself. Number two, leveraging on people, at least 2 people. Now, if you're unable to teach people how to learn the system, build on the system, and at the same time, you're not able to pay from yourself, then that means your evaluation is giving negative feedback. Negative feedback means you are not telling yourself, you are telling yourself you are not qualified for that status. However, the system will allow you the second month to check. Now, if by the second month you are not able to meet up, it will give you one more last chance. And by the third month, if you can't meet up, then that means you are not qualified to hold on to that title. Then that means you are going to lose your status and then it's returned. At this moment, it hasn't happened yet. And it will soon start happening because very soon the administration's wallet will get down to what? 500 million. I think it will be on or before October. We are already getting towards that point. By the time the 1st of October comes in, like it happened in September 1st, the coin will reduce so fast that before it gets to the October 31st, it has reduced. And then a whole lot will continue from there. That will be a story for another day. But the point I'm driving at is what? Economic developer. Let's go down and find out some other things that is required of you to be an economic developer. All right. Now, if you are an economic developer, you must be able to meet up with either of these. First one is program fee. In fact, you call yourself a billionaire. Now, if you look at this, billionaire or millionaire, you must make sure you are keeping up. This is 8 grains of gold. As an economic developer, you can actually pay your subscription fee by inviting 2 people. And then when you invite 2 people, then 2 of them pays, 50% comes to you, you get it. Now, let me tell you the truth, the way I go about mine. Now, I am inviting someone. I don't tell them that you should pay by inviting 2 people. No, you know, the husbandman should be the first partaker of the fruits. Now, what does this mean? It means if you think what I told you is reasonable enough and you think that you want to go about this venture, then decide in your heart to bring out the money from your pocket. Now, when you cannot bring out the money from your pocket, I now seek an alternative, and that alternative is bringing in 2 people. Then those 2 people come, I train them because they have the money. When they pay, you get your 50%. You have a 30-day period to do that. And after 30-day period, if you can't meet up, well, I don't think you have decided to own up to the responsibility because being a billionaire is a huge responsibility. Though that there are going to be rewards at the short run and at the long run, being a billionaire is a responsibility. You must make sure that you're mentally capable of handling it. If you are not mentally capable, you better move to a millionaire at this point. But however, as you move forward, you would find out if you are mentally capable. Because if you are not able to handle it, and you cannot build on the principle of leverage. Leverage means bringing in people and then you work on the intelligence of people. It's not out of place to work with intelligent people. It's actually smarter to work with intelligent people. And that's what the administration advises that people do. But the thing is that we are not even confident enough to go out there and then speak to intelligent people. Inferiority complex, and you call yourself billionaire. I don't know. I don't know. A billionaire doesn't get inferior. So if you're having that mindset, take it off, shove it off your mind and say, no, I am a billionaire. And you should start feeling that energy as a billionaire. If you are not feeling it, well, consider your ways. Now, I've given you one monthly merchants, meaning that as an economic developer, you should feel comfortable bringing in merchants. Now, you should make sure you pick the one that suits you best. And at times, as time goes, there are times that it will change. Some people, they can easily reach out to merchants. Some people, they may not find it so easy to reach out to merchants. However, work on your own pace. Do the one that you think appeals to you the best. Then rapid reward are for new members. Then 48 hours also for new members. And I suspect that once the admin wallet gets to 500 million below, this particular promo will go down. I don't know, it may be 2 and 5. The admin will know better. Referrals, it also counts. Meetings, it also counts. You can't be an economic developer if you don't attend meetings. Let me say it again. You can't be an economic developer if you can't attend meetings. Meetings means you are keeping yourself with the day-to-day events and happenings within the Kringle Private Society. If you are not doing that, well, I don't know, you can't call yourself an economic developer. You can't say that you are listening to my broadcast and that you are getting the right information. I am actually giving you an extra information. The right person that is most qualified to give you the right information is the administration, and it is usually when you attend meetings. And those meetings are mass adoption meetings that are being held by 4 p.m. West African time. And I think there is no other person at this level that is qualified to do that Mondays through Fridays. The second person, which is also most qualified based on the concept of meritocracy, is Bederick. And then so many other people that are out there who are also broadcasters like myself. But then the truth is this: if you are not attending meetings, you can't call yourself an economic developer, because what do you know about TBC? Do you think TBC is by reading the blog? Do you think TBC is about reading and then making your subscription fee payment? No, that's not what TBC is. TBC is about learning from the horses, or getting the information from the horse's mouth. And then when you get it, you now know that, okay, this is what is coming. And that is why most people are going to fall out and miss out over time, because they don't pay the price. Let me tell you, whatever thing you are holding on to called Kringle coins, you have to make sure that you are worthy of holding on to those positions. I can tell you that the Kringle coins that are at your disposal, that is your own, is even much more worthy than the government currency that you are holding. At this point, you wouldn't know, but I'm telling you, that's the whole truth. Because ours is people backed up. It is backed up by people, but it is measured in grains of gold. When people would understand what we are saying, you would understand what I am saying. When you understand the power behind the Kringle coins, you will know that Kringle coins are worth more even than this your paper money that you are holding. Much more than whatever thing you can imagine, including grains of gold, including bars of gold. Your Kringle coins are much more than it, because it is people backed. What makes the world what it is that you are created in the image of your God. That's what makes you who you are. And if humanity understands this and are able to replicate this throughout humanity, throughout the whole world, I think we've been liberated from the shackles of what the elite has kept us in. The elite has taught us and told us that we are incapable. We are not capable. We are incapable. We are incapacitated. We are weak. We are tired. That we are not able to stand on our own. That we should depend on the government. We should depend on their banking system. We should depend on the financial system, the medical system, the every system. That's what they want us to do. But TBC is telling you, no, you can self-exist as a sovereign being, and you can do it by believing in yourself and working together in love and respect. Now, that's why I am saying it's a career path. If you are not able to build all your frequency to the point where you are able to love and interrelate. Human beings are difficult sometimes. Some people have several characters that you guys may not be compatible with, but you can treat the person with love and respect. And in the TBC community, it teaches you, or she teaches you, on how to build to that point. You can raise your frequency. Like Ralph Smart always says, raise your frequency. Raise your frequency to the level of love, to the level of respect, to the level of persistence, to the level of compassion, to the level of empathy. And these things are in every human being. But the elite has so suppressed it to the point where what you think of yourself is the other side, which is the bad side. Yeah, there is good, there is bad. But the truth is, whichever you feed is what makes you who you are. So I want to stop at this point and then conclude on what I was reading out. Now, if you are an economic developer, you should make sure that your concern is to bring in people to food subsidy, because there is an app. Do your part to bring them in. As you do your part, you are helping to grow the community at large. I am doing my part, and this is not just all I do. I tell people about TBC. Now, the truth is, at this stage, some people are saying no, especially from this side of the world, Africa, Nigeria precisely, because a whole lot of things has gone wrong in the past. So many people have been involved in network businesses and it crashed. So people are now too skeptical, but that doesn't mean that TBC wouldn't happen, because at some point we're going to break the camel's back, and then you begin to see a breakthrough. And let me also tell you that because it's a marathon race, at some point when people know that this is real, TBC is going to run so fast in Nigeria that we're going to be one of the leading empires, one of the leading countries that are going to be holding TBC. Just give it some time. I understand TBC, I believe TBC, I know TBC, and I know my country. So as I keep doing my part, I know that at some point, I'm going to make that breakthrough. So are you an economic developer? Search your spirit, search your heart. Do you think that you are qualified to say I'm an economic developer? If you are, what level are you? Are you in level 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? Are you on the low level, or you are on the managerial level, or you are on the administrative level? Because there are actually 3 levels. The beginners level, who are newcomers. Then the managerial level means that you already have 1 or 2 downlines and you're able to guide them. That's what calls you a manager. That's what makes you a manager. You should be able to manage them and train them in how you can build on the system. And then the third one is the developers, the administrators. I mean, those people that are managing managers. Those are what you call the administrators, major administrators, or you can refer to them as the directors. Now, the likes of Bederick, you can call him an administrator or a director, because he already has people that are below him and that are also what? Developers, or that are also managers, as the case may be. So there are 3 categories in this career path: the beginners, the managers, and then the directors, or you can call them the developers, or you can call them the managers, as the case may be. So you know where you belong, but do not sit down and say, I'm going to wait for TBC to become spendable before I can start using it. It doesn't work like that. You must be able to understand that it is you and I that would make efforts to make it spendable. Paying your subscription fee is just one of it. Out of 10, paying your subscription fee is 1. Other things are there, which I've already told you: making broadcasts, attending meetings, and then a whole lot of other things. But please, do not call yourself an economic developer if you are just enjoying watching my videos and you are doing nothing about it. I hope you understand what I mean. And then at some point, when TBC has gotten to its apex, and then food subsidy centers are there, and then Life Force is there, and a whole lot, wow, you can now smile and say, finally, I have made it. All right, I've been able to say a whole lot on this. Now, let me conclude. Now, in my conclusion, this is the broadcast. No, this was it was under maintenance for some time, but now it's now back. So those of us who make broadcasts, you can now submit it for broadcaster reward. All right, now finally, I'm talking about this. Now, this is the most recent update in assembly. I think any moment from now, you are going to start getting requests from your superior or from the leader. We are still filling out the national level, and at this point, this is the leader. So anytime from now, the leader would reach out to the 30, and the 30 will come in, and you will see them very soon. And then once they come in, it continues. Now, I don't know if they finished the upgrade, but I believe that if it has been concluded upon then you are going to start getting, between now and the next 24 hours, you are going to start getting notifications so that you can join the assembly. It's about the principle of offer and acceptance. In the Kringle Private Society at large, you come in, you want to be a member, there is an offer made to you by the community, and then you must be able to read through the content, the terms and conditions before you accept. Once you have accepted, you are now a member in the community, and by default, you impact the value of our coins. That's how our system works. However, you want to now become a government in the TBC community as an assembly member, they give you an offer. Yeah, if you are able to accept that offer, you are willing to accept that offer, and then you are willing to pay the price. Yes, you accept it. Now, what is the price? The price is being a committed member in the community. It's that simple. Now, what does it mean to be a committed member? I've already said it. Following the path of a career, being an economic developer. If you are really a true economic developer, then I think you are most qualified to be in the assembly, both national level, district level, state level, and local level. I wish you well, and I trust God to give you the strength to overcome. Now, if you look into the assembly list, there are actually 3 pages. Now, these are all the leaders that are across the world for transparency purpose. Now, if you look through, you'll find out that Nigeria is also here. Now, let me quickly show you where Nigeria is, because this is Nigeria. And this particular person is the same person that is in the leadership list. So this is actually what transparency is. You can see all the countries in the world, and this is how we are going to become an assembly factory. I made a broadcast the other time saying TBC will be an assembly factory. Very soon, TBC will be an indispensable system that life force will have to create synergy with, because of the way we are going to be churning out billions, millions of people as assembly members. TBC is where the life is. Join TBC now. If you listen to my broadcast and you are still skeptical, we've stayed over 5 years. What are you skeptical about? Have you tried? Most people are afraid of trying. I don't want you to continue to be afraid of trying. Try. And then if you try and believe that you will not fail, so it will be your lot. All right, I'll stop at this point. I believe my content has been effectively passed across. So once people start appearing in this leadership list, I will also make a broadcast. So I'll be coming your way again most likely tomorrow. Thank you so much for the information, you allowing me to give out this information. I'm very grateful. Now, my beloved brother Amechi, welcome, sir. 1 billion members in the TBC community is going to change a whole lot. Are you hearing what he's saying? It's going to change a whole lot. Through TBC, technological exploits, much would be achieved in the crypto space. So I want you to reason from this point of view. TBC is going to change everything you ever know. Just like it is now that people are doing social distancing, it's a whole new world. The elite has created another opportunity for people to change from one old system to a new system, but they think they control the narrative. Well, time shall tell if it is they who control the narrative or us, because the people are what matters, not the government, not the banks, not the Rothschild family, not the Rockefellers, not the Morgans, not the elite of any kind. It is you and I that are going to be the ones that will change the world. Join us as we build this wonderful venture. I didn't know I had spent so much time. Thank you very much if you have stayed to my broadcast to this point. I am very grateful. Do well to like my video if you haven't yet liked it. Share and subscribe. Till I come your way again most likely tomorrow. God bless you.